Anyway, let's get into it, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure Millennium Mines is another 3-year. Large abandoned mine from a tourist attraction into a theme park. I have a bunch of really good ideas, by the way. I hope so, iDoc. I hope this is just some kind of prank and that, like, he's trying to, like, and then they just play the trailer during the Game Awards, and it's like, surprise, it is real. Because, like, why... Like, hear me out. Like, why would they do an updated version of 3 if they weren't going to make a 4, right? They gotta be making a 4. 800 guests, park rating of 600. What have we got to work with? I think I looked at this last time we played, and yeah, it's just like this train. Is this train even a ride? It is a ride. That is a giant train ride. Well, it's mostly underground, so I think I'm just gonna leave it then. Um, what have we got access to? Kind of just the usual stuff. Oh yeah, the timer should be running. We've got 10K. I assume I can just take out a loan. What I wanted to do, we're gonna start, the digging is gonna start immediately. What I wanted to do was like a, oop. Yeah, that's gonna work. We put this here. Entrance, exit, and then we gotta do some sculpting for the paths. It's kind of bad. Wondering if I can, like... Yeah, that looks much better. Oh, right, wrong type of path. Hang on. Nope, you're getting dropped. Sorry, dude. wrong one. We're gonna go this, I guess. There we go. That was my genius idea, by the way. I felt like that might look kind of cool. I don't think it does, but I thought that might look kind of cool. That was one of my genius ideas. I think maybe it shouldn't have been so close to the park entrance. Maybe, like, set back a tile or two would be better. Oop, didn't mean to do that. I feel like this has to be raised up, though. Like, we don't want to see the crappy default supports. They look bad. Okay, now you kind of can't see them from any angle, so that's perfect. I mean, I guess we just start with a roller coaster, right? Fix my path? The path is working great. Oh, what happened there? What happened there? There we go. Yeah, I guess I'm just putting a roller coaster in now. I don't know. What do we have? Wooden wild mouse. I'm gonna have to build. I want to try to build a synchronized coaster during this scenario. I haven't done that yet. Hang on, we should probably handle some of this first. Mechanic, plop them down. I think I can as well put check this out. Bathrooms there. Fries here. The perfect spot for stalls. We're going to be playing a lot more Rollercoaster Tycoon Pixel. We've still got 11 scenarios to go. I think it's 11 more. I think we're at 10 out of 21. So, Rollercoaster Tycoon, there are not 11 more Tuesdays. So, we're going to be playing a bunch of Rollercoaster Tycoon to get it all done. What are we doing? Oh, I just got the drink stall, so it doesn't know what it's doing now. I'm not gonna start with we're gonna start with something kind of normal. We'll try to do the synchronized one later. No, I don't like that. I had some other ideas as well. I don't like that. That's gonna be too crazy. What does this look like? I don't like that. See if it can do this. I feel like there's a good chance it can't actually do this. Can that work? No. Can this work? Yes. I'm realizing that I have no escape now, because I can kind of make this work still, actually. I can kind of make this work still. This, like, might... If I put this here... Yeah. This is a mess. I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I've done, but I've created a big mess. Well, it's a wild mouse, so it's not... It's fine. It's fine. I think I actually can't really have this go up. Because it'll, like, not be able to come back down in time. Yeah, like, that doesn't quite work. I don't think I can have that go up earlier, because then the roller coaster's in the way. So yeah, I think we're just gonna bring this around to the end now, which is a little weird. But I think we're just gonna do this. So let's see how this goes. There's a chance that this just doesn't even work at all, so it's a bit unusual. Like, this hill is almost as high as this hill, I think. Yeah, see, look, it's fine. I can barely make it up there, though. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. This has gotta be less tall. Quit calling my rides the spine pummeler. They're fine. They're fine, aside from the fact that that one just, like, didn't work. But they're fine. Okay, I think I might have lowered it. Did that actually lower it? I don't know. That might have done something, or I might have just done nothing. The spine healer? That's better. Which reminds me. Okay, it barely makes it up there, but it makes it. Then it doesn't make it up there. Gotta enable the name a thing. Will it make it if there's a fat guest? Yes. Uh-oh. Do we have a park entrance fee on this one? Ew. Maybe we'll just roll with the park entrance fee this time, actually. I don't know. I don't think it does, Pixel. I don't think it does. Okay, so this is too high up now is the problem. I really can't see anything in here. Is like this isn't good. I'm just gonna delete the entire end of this coaster, honestly, and we're just gonna start building it over from here, because it's gonna be easier than trying to make things connect. I wish they would show me the heights. I don't know what makes that Let's see. Height marks on ride. We are at 21 right now. Yeah, it struggled to get to 22. I think 21's not gonna work. This is a spine pummeling moment right there. I'm gonna do it, but some spines will inevitably be pummeled, and that's simply a sacrifice I'm willing to make. That is not lined up correctly. How is that? Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm here. Okay. Let's try this then. I feel like wild mouses are supposed to be a lot more compact than this thing that I've built, which is like not compact at all. But oh well. Anyway, I think with heavier guests it's still fine, because I think that heavier guests make the cars move faster. All right, great. What's our stats on this thing? .03. That's good. We're gonna go with that then. That's good. We've got a good ride. Now I don't know what to do about the exit. You know, I think I should have. Hang on. We're gonna move the exit. That's what we're gonna do about it. To do a little shuffling. Gonna do this. Name it Rat Trap. Gimme 1 second, and then I'll do it. There you go. All right, perfect. And then open it. All right, great ride. Rat caps. There you go. Rip merry-go-round 1. So that's pretty decent, apparently. I feel like this is a mine, and we want the whole... I feel like we want the mine to be... Like, we kind of want everything to be wood. I feel like we want everything to be wood. I like that this game gives you lots of different options for shades of brown. They know what the people want. The people want 3 different shades of brown. More than 3, really. So that's that. I think, yeah, I think all the rides are free because we're charging for the park entrance. And we'll just have to keep raising the park entrance fee as we build more rides. Though I don't know, I remember seeing this in a YouTube video. That guy spawns with 95. You gotta check how much people spawn with. So we can't charge more than 65, otherwise we're gonna be turning some guests away. Does it go as low as 55? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. So I think we probably wanna eventually build enough rides that we can charge $65 for the entrance. That's true. Yeah, they won't be able to afford any food if we don't leave them with a little bit of money. We do have to leave them with some money so that they can afford food. Oh, I got this other great idea, by the way. I was looking at the title screen of the game, and I saw that on one of the title screen, like, example rides, Chris Sawyer had done this thing where, he used like this, or I think he used the brick wall, but he basically just used sculpting the land to build a building that he made a ride go through, and I want to do something like that at some point too. I feel like that's pretty cool. Well, I think that the way it works, Lax, is that if you raise the park entrance fee, like the amount that guests are willing to pay to enter the park depends on how many good rides you've got, like the stats of them or something. So I think we have to build a number of rides before we can sort of work our way up to charging the max for the park. Otherwise, people just won't enter the park. I think it's time to max the loan to build another coaster. And the other coaster's going right here, and I don't know what it is yet. Ride building tip? Yeah, sure, go for it. Put brakes right before the station. So we did that. This actually probably happened off stream, so I don't know if it was reported on. I might have not mentioned this. We did that as a test in, I think it was Katie's World or whatever. We built a roller coaster and I put brakes right before the ending. So we were like, yeah, now it won't fail. And when I went back in after streaming, I finished stream and then I went back in to go and like take a picture for the YouTube thumbnail because I'm a loser and I do that. But I went in to take a picture and it just fucking crashed anyway. Like immediately when I loaded the save file, like right after I saved and quit out of the map for the day, if I loaded back in, the ride immediately crashes. It does not care about the non-station brakes at all. So I think that brakes before, like, I think that those brakes also fail. I don't think that that works. All the land is very, uneven. Also, this train ride is crazy. I didn't realize. But, like, look how long this train is. I'm not sure I want people to go on this train, because it's like a half an hour long train ride. I mean, I guess it's fine. The throughput sucks, but since we're not charging for the rides, I guess it's actually okay. It's okay that the rides are incredibly long. I want to build a coaster here. Not really. The path is going to end up expanding out this way. Or actually, I think what I'm going to do is make the path in a big loop that goes over the train. But this seems like the spot to build a steel coaster, so I'm going to do it. should this be my dueling coasters? I feel like it's hard. It's gonna be really hard to do that, but I kinda wanna do that. Oop, does this just not work? This just doesn't work. Also, there's no point to charging for umbrellas here if like the people can just get rained on, you know? If we're charging for park entrance, then the people can just get rained on. It doesn't quite line up. It doesn't quite line up. We obviously have to go through the loop. We obviously have to go through the loop. Yeah, I just like can't quite get it. Just can't quite get it. This is like not good ride design, but maybe if I do then just like a hard unbanked turn. Does that go through? That does go through, but like at what cost, you know? It goes through, but at what cost? There we go. Got it. Hopefully this works. I feel like it might just not work. I feel like it might just not actually make it up there. Like here, let me just like end this real quick and then we can test it. Putting people through the centrifuge. Listen, my rides are fine. My rides are fine. Spines are all intact. Is there a little wall there or something? There's a little wall there. No one has ever broken their spine riding my ride, and if they say they did, they're lying. That's a pretty tall lift hill. I feel like this should work. Let me pull up the graph. I feel like they're not going to move through the helix that fast, to be honest with you. I feel like this might just not even make it. Oh my god. That okay? It's 5G's okay. Yeah, it's not okay. It's not okay. They're dead. I might have built the euthanasia coaster with the loop being too close to the I think the loop is too close to the hill. So it just is the euthanasia coaster. I think they're going way too fast through the loop. Latchies are okay though. Latchies don't it hits well, it hits 3 latchies right there, but like that's not actually gonna be like that in the final product. So, but yeah. Experiencing 5G is good for you. Maybe. I'm not a scientist. I'm not sure. I don't know. It might be fine. Torment Nexus. It's fine. It's... People just have to, like, quit being snowflakes and ride the fucking ride. Man up a little, you know? A real man would ride this ride. Oh, hey. Hi, Xana. Exactly. This ride is not a safe space. It's an unsafe space, actually. You will die. Now get on. I think that maybe... I feel like putting in these sorts of elements usually... Like, that's usually a bad idea. It's usually a bad idea to put these sorts of things in. This, like, unbanked, up, swerving turn. I kind of like them, though. I kind of like them. I wonder, if I Googled it... How much pressure was Ocean Gate under? 40.2 megapascals. How many G's is that? MPa to G. Are those not, like, comparable units? They're both pressure, I thought. Maybe not. G is like... Nah, G is like an acceleration thing. I guess you can't really compare necessarily. Oh, did you end up finishing Valley? That's cool. Yeah, you were like, I normally don't play games for longer than an hour, so we'll be dropping this soon. And then 15 minutes after that, you're like, we've been playing this for more than an hour. And then you just kept playing anyway. And I was like, huh, I guess the game is good then. I think we just need a lot of, like, basically straight lines is how we have to do this. Well, we want that to be up. We want the helix. Can we do a helix up small? So this might result in your death, but it'll be a fun death. Like a worth it one. Like it's worth it. Yeah, check that out. Check that out. We're going right through there. Oh, is that lined up? We don't want that to be lined up. Hang on. Bend us over here. Frankly, if this ride kills you, it's a bit of a skill issue. I would not die riding this. I would live. Yeah, it's going in the loop. It's going in. Oh, is that how that works? Helix down. We don't really have room for a helix here. Yeah, we like don't quite have space. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, hold up. No, that's perfect. And then, how do we end this? How do we get it to go to the ending? Yeah, hold up. This is going to murder anyone who isn't dead yet. But if we just like, no, we're too high up. Never mind. Wait, but then that's there. We're gonna have to do a little bit of digging. We're just like one. This is just like weird. Hang on. If I do this. And then left. Nah, this just like doesn't quite work. We gotta put like a one straight one in here. And then we can helix down small. And now we're perfect. To just like slam you hard into the station. All right, let's see how this goes. I think I've improved it a little bit. This design is honestly crap. This design is honestly crap looking, but it might work. Think it might still kill people? I mean, no, you're probably right. I think this loop is still going to kill people. I think everyone is still gonna get 5G'd on that loop, aren't they? I moved it back a little bit, but probably not nearly enough. It's not quite as bad. In terms of lat G, we're totally fine. As well. This is gonna kill. Yeah, never mind. Never mind, we're not fine on Latchy, but really, we did improve it slightly. It's still pretty ultra extreme. I think I might just have to, like, scrap all of this. I think this is all getting scrapped. Really, the problem is this thing. The problem is this ending, where I can't get it to end. This is this is one of the problems, but it's one of the problems. But, you know, it's a real problem. Okay. We're going to do... There we go. I found a way. So I found a way to bank all the turns back there. That's good. Obligatory once per RCT stream Action Park reference. Yeah. There it is. Action Park mentioned. So we'll see. We'll see what this does to the intensity rating now that we've fixed the ending a little bit. But I think that I need to do... I'm gonna have to figure out some OKC references. I don't think anyone knows anything about Oklahoma City other than the bombing. Yeah, definitely just way too fast through there. Slamming into the station really fast, but I think that doesn't matter. Oh, look, I fixed it. It was literally just the ending that was the problem. I fixed it. The loop is fine. The 4.5 Gs we're pulling, sending everyone through the loop of death is allowed. It's good, even. We've got mine-themed stuff. How do I build the path out here? I just realized that I built this right in the middle of nowhere. They have a sculpture that has OKC all over it, so it looks like it's covered in cock. Hang on, I have to see a picture of this now. If I Google OKC sculpture cock, am I gonna get, like, something weird? New cock ring recently installed in downtown OKC. Oh yeah, it does. Look at that. It sure does just say that. Anyway, we gotta work on these paths. I think the exit can go here. I'm gonna, like, do some stuff to try to get the excitement up. I'm gonna do some excitement hacking. That actually looks kind of good. That actually looks kind of good. Anyway, we're naming this thing the Torment Nexus. Torment. It's actually less exciting than the other ride we built. It's, like, not a very good ride. We're gonna have to do some stuff to like get it to be good. Put some scenery around it or something. Well, I was thinking, actually, something that I was thinking, this is something that I realized. We've been doing a lot of having roller coasters that are near other roller coasters, but you know what we haven't done a lot of? We haven't done a lot of having roller coasters that are near the gentle rides. And I feel like the haunted house would look cool next to a roller coaster. Can I jam the haunted house in here somewhere? Is what I'm getting at. Actually, I've got a great idea. This is definitely not the worst idea ever. We do this. What if we put the haunted house on top of the coaster? What if we put this here? Bam. And then it looks really bad right now, but I'm gonna fix it. No, there's no fixing this, is there? No, this looks like ass. No, this is like the worst possible place to do this. Because this can't actually raise all the way up. This looks like ass. We're gonna delete it. Simply not it. I wish you could, like, I would love to bury this part of the coaster, but you kind of can't after the fact. You have to do it before. I don't think any part of this coaster is a valid spot to put that. Maybe we do like a... What if I put this here, have the entrance and exit, like this and this, and we have to do some kind of like craziness to get this to work, but I can maybe find a way. The vision is that you keep walking down this tile, and then you can... it doesn't really work. I don't think that's really possible. I think I might be deleting this as well. I don't think this is gonna work. I think this is also not it. Too much crazy-ass path. It's... I think that this is just, like, impossible to do anything that good here. And I should just put junk around. Here's some junk. Barrel. Wagon wheels. $100 for one of these. Park entrance is very cheap. I feel like anywhere in here it can go. Just trying to put a little bit of stuff around it in the hopes of maybe somehow raising the excitement. Yeah, this ride's not very good. Also, I'm gonna start zoning the handyman. We're gonna have one guy cover all of that. We're gonna have you cover all of this. I do want to try to, like... I really do want to try to integrate roller coasters with... Wow, these people... The train broke down the second they left the station. With the gentle rides. I feel like that has to look cool if it's done right. I think this can go here, actually. I'm gonna put the entrance here and the exit here. And then I think we can connect this with this. If I just do a little digging. Like that. And this is so not gonna work. That can't go over there. This kind of has to... This is gonna be such a sprawl. This area is gonna be very dense. With path. Like that. That's kind of wacky, but there. That's all connected. Man, when you enter in, you're entering into like the Kowloon walled amusement park over here, where it's just like you're under the rides. There's like 6 layers of path above you. You can't see the sun. This guy's trying to sell you fries. What an incredibly unscenic entrance. Let's see if we can make it even worse. At this point, I kind of want to see what's like the craziest thing I can do. It'll be the charm of this amusement park is we're just gonna use this like one corner of it. What's the absolute worst I can do? I know what I want to do. Oh, yeah. We're gonna fix that land later, but... Oh, yeah. We're gonna need a no entry sign there. And then the entrance will be a lot more straightforward. I think we're gonna end up with lost guests, honestly. I think we're gonna have a lost guest problem. But that's good. That's good. And then we just get that back down to level. I kind of actually really don't like the look of that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna use supports on the whole thing. Alright, it's looking good. It's looking good, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Kowloon's Walled Amusement Park concept is going well. Food and attempt to sleep time? You've been up all night? Damn. Well, get some sleep then. Thanks for stopping by, Xana. It's good to see ya. this thing exit ahead? This is kind of completely insane. How do we make it worse? By putting things under, of course. This has got to be possible to get down there somehow. I can't really see, but this has got to be possible to get down there somehow. Just have to lower it a bit more. Hang on, we can do invisible supports. I'd love invisible paths. Yeah, I'm not gonna get to play that one, unfortunately. There we go. I don't know how to build the path from this at all. I don't know if I can actually do this. I think, I probably had to do this before. I don't know if I can get this to work. I would love for the entrance and exit to, like, pop out right here. Yeah, you need an elevator, and actually Rollercoaster Tycoon has elevators, I think in 2. It's considered a ride, and you can have an elevator. No, I'm gonna scrap this idea, actually. That just looks crazy now. There's just like a ravine there with all of this support, but that's... I don't know. Let's build an info kiosk because guests are gonna want a map. I think guests are gonna want a map. I think if I put that there, it's reachable. Yeah. Honestly, the rain does not reach the lower levels of this. They don't have to worry about the rain, really. We're gonna make the maps free. I just really want them to buy maps. No, we're not gonna make them free, but I really want them to have maps so that they don't get lost. Yeah, I think, you know what we're gonna do? I know where I'm putting the scrambled eggs. We've got a 3x3 space right here, so there's one obvious choice. The eggs are going in right here. Like so. Perfect. Preference. Done. It's kind of horrifying in a good way. I don't have a lot of money. I kind of think that charging for park entrance is bad, because once everyone's in the park... Once everyone's in the park, they're not paying for rides. People are doing vandalism over here. I think we just need more handymen. Generally. Like the... I mean, things are just insane. Things are just insane. No, guards are stupid. You should just have handymen. Hiring a guard is a dumb idea. Our park rating is okay. Torment Nexus is a really good value. Could I charge money for the Torment Nexus in addition? I don't want to do that. People like all the rides, though. Everyone is happy. There's just also some vandalism for some reason. Yeah, it's that. I'm thinking... I remember seeing this in a Marcel Voss video, of course. We're not close. We're at the start of year 2 and we're at 388 guests, so we need a lot more guests. Apparently, if you're charging for the park entrance, the pro play is to eject all of the guests. Like, you just do this, and then you just get everyone to leave. And then when they all come back after you reopen the park, then you just make money. And every month or two, you just kind of open and close the park over and over again. They kind of seem like they're not leaving very quickly. Like, closing the park has not convinced them to leave at a faster rate. I don't know what I was expecting, but I guess I was expecting it to work that way. Yeah, I don't really have... I did build a slide. No, I did not build a slide. Kind of want the slide to be here. Kind of want the slide to be here. Why would I do this? Well, it was already a bit of a mess. And when something's already a bit of a mess, at that point, I just want to make it even more of a mess. You know? That's just how it is. I just wanted to make it even more of a mess. How are we gonna connect this? How do we connect this? Oh, that's actually quite easy. I gotta go down a bit there first, though. This path is gonna... Oh, I'm out of money. Shoot. I'm actually out of money from my insane construction projects. Yeah, we'll reopen now, and we'll get, like, another... I think, like, a bunch of guests will show up. I can also advertise. I can advertise, and that'll summon a ton of people. I have already borrowed the max amount. Already at the maximum for the loan. But that got me some cash. We can keep going now. This is definitely going to require a no entry sign. I feel like this music with this, like the rain, is just making this even more chaotic. You know? The loud thunderstorm with the merry-go-round music, with the disaster that is the design of this park, is just like, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. The park has the default name of Millennium Mines. I think we're gonna start advertising. I think in order to get money, we're gonna have to actually run ads, which I don't normally do. I don't want free entry to the park. I'm not... No. Coupons for... Yeah, haunted house. How much money do I have? $5.89? I can't really afford to run tons of ads. But this should help me... This should help me get more guests, which then just converts to more money. Welcome to Spaghetti. I kind of like the placement of the, I like the placement of this, the slide, where, like, the queue for the train is wrapping around. I love how the train, like, the problem is I don't want to ruin the scenicness of the train ride. Really, that's what it comes down to. I don't want to ruin how good the train ride is. So I have to build everything away from the train. So we're just packing it all in right here. I kind of don't like that. Just gonna leave that like that. The paths seem pretty clean, all things considered. There's no drink stall anywhere. I'm gonna have to put one in. I'm thinking right here. Can barely see the info stall in there anymore. A lot of this path has no entry signs blocking it. So you can't actually walk on like this or anywhere back here. This whole like back corner is a little bit wasted. Where I wonder if I couldn't... I feel like having a go-kart, just like going all through here would be the sickest thing ever. If I could build up the money for that, that'd be good. Let's build some extremely good larts. Yeah, it's still just 5.83. I didn't actually do anything to improve this ride's excitement. Are tunnels expensive? Absolutely. Yes, they are. Like, paths get more expensive when they have more supports on them, I think. So building the path like this has actually been really financially irresponsible of me. I'm making this hard for myself for no reason. I have a ton of money now for... I don't know why. But we can run another ad campaign. I think I wanna sit for a little while though and try to build up enough money to build another roller coaster. I want to put another roller coaster like right here and just like box us in. Like we'll be fully boxed in once I build the coaster here to where all of the guests will just be in this part of the park. We are at 443 out of 800 guests, though advertising is the reason why it's that high. And park rating is good enough. Very cheap. Oh, I can make it more. Okay. In that case, we'll go up to 45? 40, let's go. My understanding is that if you charge for the park entrance, you can barely charge for the rides. Like, you can charge for the rides, but it heavily impacts that. You know what? I'm gonna plop a shuttle loop down. Now is the time to drop a shuttle loop. Where do we stick this thing? It's important. Weird that it won't go here. Oh, we'll go here. Wait, now it won't. I thought it was going here. Okay, we'll go here along this line. What, wasn't it? It was displaying the price. It was displaying the price. And then it doesn't. I'm not sure why it does that. Can't construct here. We've got it displaying the price. And we just inch up on it. But can't construct here. Okay, so the price display doesn't actually tell you whether or not you can construct there. I'm open to advice, Americus. I've been taking advice all over the place. I know a decent amount about this game, but not like a lot, you know? I'm open to advice. I think that if I just, like, mess with the advertising for a while, that's gonna be how we make money. We're gonna hit him with the free fries campaign. Check this out. 6 weeks of free fries. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I really want to find a good spot for a shuttle loop. Just intersects with a lot of stuff and generally causes chaos. I feel like the best it's gonna get might just be this. Which I don't love. Like this, actually. Steel corkscrew unlocked. I think this might be as good as it gets. You get penalized for long queues if guests are waiting too long in the queue. That's how they get you. So if you have a really long queue line, then lots of guests might enter the line and then get mad when they've been waiting for too long. Find it's better to charge an entrance fee. I feel like charging an entrance fee is worse because once you hit like the amount of guests you're supposed to have, like we're charging an entrance fee this time, but generally I feel like you end up with bad cash flow because you use up all your money and then you end up in a situation where you have no money but also guests aren't entering the park. But to get more guests in, you would have to advertise or build more rides, but you don't have any cash flow, so you can't. So it just sort of like gets weird. I think I don't like that. I think I prefer to charge for the rides. I guess technically it's like about the same. It's just you have to plan better if you're gonna charge for the park entrance, because the park entrance is like you're taking all their money immediately when they enter the park, right? Whereas, you know, the guests are entering with the same amount of money. But I think it's a cash flow issue. No, I think charging for the rides is better, because think about it. Think about it. When someone is out of money, they're going to leave the park, I think, is the way it works. So I think you're getting a better flow of guests in and out of the park, whereas if everything is free in the park because you already took all of their money at the door, then they have no incentive to ever leave, so they don't get replaced by people who have money. So I think it's better. I think it's better to charge for the rides. We're getting close to the maximum I can charge here as well. I don't want to charge much more than $50 because then they won't have money for food and drink. I mean, yeah, you can close the park. I closed the park briefly earlier. You can also kill people. That's a choice. We do have bathrooms. They are under the Ferris wheel. They're under the Ferris wheel. That's where the bathrooms are. And guests aren't complaining about it, so I don't think I need to place more. I want to build a log flume. I want like a really super dense log flume that fills in like this. I have to save up like probably up to 8K and then we'll do it. I'll do it when we hit 8K. The guests aren't getting lost either, which is pretty good. I thought the guests would get lost. I would get lost. You need, like, the Metroid Prime 3D map to understand this. When people go to buy maps from my info stall, they're getting, like, a holographic thing that they can, like, kind of see how everything is on top of everything else. Did I say Ferris wheel? I meant merry-go-round. Also known as a carousel. Man, wouldn't a monorail that, like, travels and weaves through all of this go so hard? I think it would go hard. I don't know if monorails are always good. Monorails are always good. We're gonna build go-karts though. We're gonna build go-karts now. I'm at 6K. I'm not sure where they start. I think the go-karts are gonna have to start here. Can I build on that? Yes. In the game, I do. It is, my favorite attraction is, what's it? The chairlift. I'm a huge chairlift enjoyer, secretly. Not even secretly. Everyone knows. I love a good chairlift. We'll worry about how I finish this later. But yeah, I really like the chairlift. I don't know. I just like them. I think they add a lot to the park. Even though they're like objectively a bit crap. Their stats are always terrible, their throughput sucks. But like, I don't know. Chairlift. It's nice. That crashes right into that. I think we gotta go. Over. Yeah. Alright. Alright. I don't love how this is interacting with the train, but I don't hate it either. Now we just have to make this path work somehow. Now we just have to make this path work somehow. I'm thinking what's gonna happen is we're gonna do... It's gonna go over. Connect like that. Having a hard time here. Just like with some basic seeing. There you go. Alright, that gets us to the other side. So now we could build on the other side a bit more if we wanted to. But yeah, get that open. Let's lower the number of laps on this, because the queue line's a bit short. That's good. That's good. This is like an absolute hellscape. We've really created a horrible thing here, haven't we? It would be amazing to see in real life the density of it all. Looking up and seeing like 4 different paths going in different directions. I have a good idea. I want to make, hear me out, I want to make a log flume that goes through this loop. I want a log flume to go through the loop. I think that'd be really funny. Gonna save, by the way. We're like halfway done with this scenario right now. The rain wouldn't reach the lower levels. You'd be dry down there. You wouldn't need an umbrella. It would be like some kind of Blade Runner situation. the lower levels of the city, like, weather doesn't reach it. It's just always dark, and it's just constant, like, dripping. Like, whether or not it's raining, actually, it's just, there's always dripping from the upper levels. Am I gonna put that there? It's pipes, it's, you know, leftover rainwater from yesterday's rain. All kinds of things. I think what we're gonna do... we're gonna start the ride up here. Look at this. Why not? Too high for supports. Lame. Alright, check this out. That's kind of clipping through a little bit. It doesn't look very good, does it? Yeah. That's interesting. Definitely interesting. Oh yeah, I only have one. Might have to put one of these here. No. Can we get that connected log flume in the way? But now Rollercoaster's in the way. Might not be able to get this to end. No, I can't actually get this to end. I have to shorten that by 1. Oh, and that's just too high up. I'm gonna have a problem. We may or may not have a problem here. Can I do this at 19? It would be perfect if I could do this at 19. Yes, okay. We don't have a problem. Wait, yes, we do have a problem. This needed to, like, dip down earlier or something. I don't know. Because this does have to go up to get over that hill we built earlier. Gotta do, like... this, but that extremely doesn't work. Maybe if we just build it up higher, like that. Balloon stall now available. No, I don't see how we connect to that. I'm gonna have to do, maybe we do this. Yeah. Yeah, okay, this fixed it. That fixed it. Perfect. It's beautiful. Now we just have to connect this path somehow. And then it's perfect. You got the log flume going through the center of the loop. It's a bit, the queue line is a bit short, unfortunately. Haven't they already made? I know, oh yeah, you mean on Xbox, Moogle. I don't know if we're gonna get around to it. You haven't been here in a minute, but Xbox thing is going on hiatus in February due to IRL stuff. And I don't know when it'll be coming back, so it might be a very long time before we get to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. But that is a thing, right? Yeah, we have to figure out how to build path from here. Oh, wait, that connects. There's a connection there that I didn't know about. There's a connection there that I didn't know about. Yeah, that connects to there now. That's so perfect. That's crazy. It's actually crazy how perfect that is. I can't believe that worked so easily. It's amazing. Yeah, Pixel. It's, you know, temp OKC move is in February. Well, I think probably I'll have to start. It kind of depends on what I'm doing, but I might not be able to stream January 31st either. I assume I'll still be here on the 30th though, but yeah, February through end of May maybe. I'm busy with stuff. We're halfway done with the shorter goal, Leah. So because of like the hiatus in February or whatever, originally the plan was to do all 86 scenarios. So actually we're really only like 8.6 of the way done with the full game. But that includes all of the expansion packs. The actual original like main game scenarios, there's only 21 of, and that, which is I guess now the goal, we're about halfway done with. Which is crazy because it means that overall, the full game is still going to take me over 50 hours. This is a ridiculous looking park. I love it. I love this park. Guests are going to be complaining about waiting online too long, though. For sure. Also, let's get more handymen in here, because right now we've only got one. We've got one guy covering all of this, which is a bit crazy. Let's get like 4, just to make sure that things don't stay broken for too long. A lot of empty space on a big dirt mound. You mean like right here? The goal is to pack all of this into as little space as possible. I don't want to interrupt the scenic train ride, so I'm trying to build all of my stuff. I'm trying to build all my stuff so that it doesn't interfere too much with the train ride. That's a total, like, post-hoc justification or whatever. Like, I didn't start doing this for that reason, but that's now my reason. I started doing this just because I'm bad at the game, but then at that point it was just like, well, might as well. It's actually insane that... I love how this log flume goes over the go-karts as well, and then through the loop of the shuttle loop, and then right next to Rat Trap. It's like all the rides are interacting with each other too. Like, it's actually good. It's actually good. Secretly, what I've built here. I like it. We've got bumper car access. Yeah, there's just gonna be like water splashing out of the sides of this on the go-karts, people. This is like the sickest go-kart track for sure, though. It interacts with like so many different cues and things. People are gonna complain about waiting too long online for this because, the throughput is terrible. I should probably make the line a bit shorter. The throughput on this is really bad. See, we're at 10K. I can build another roller coaster. If I want to put one, like, in here, I think that would be good. Let's do... What are we doing? Maybe... the steel corkscrew? I don't have a lot of room. I think I might just do a mini. Might just do a mini coaster. I do want it to come in here. We've gotta fill in this area in the back for sure. That's kind of cool, right? I think that's kind of cool. No, the train is fine. The train is fine. Back here is okay. Back here is okay. The train is fine. Scenery of the train is intact. It's okay. Oh, the train broke down, you mean? Yeah. That happens. Well, I'm not building rides that crash. That is on purpose that nothing has crashed yet. It doesn't fit, does it? Gotta do like a... How does this work? I'd have to... move this out by one. Alright, let's test that. Log flume in the way. I think the log flume is gonna... Ah, no, we can put the exit right there. Okay, let's try this. The long-ass track? Not really. It's a hair's breadth from flinging off to their doom. I would be worried about doing that. Crashing is actually really bad. I am trying to avoid things ever crashing, which is like, feels like it's not the roller coaster tycoon way, but it's how I'm doing it. That might be a bit of a spine snapper right there. Yeah. As a kid, I definitely just built, like, you know, a ride that deposits you into a pit and then you're trapped in the pit forever. You know, I built Mr. Bones' Wild Ride type contraptions where the ride is absolutely incredibly long. Stuff like that. I I really don't think I ever played the scenarios as a kid. I had Rollercoaster Tycoon 3, mainly. I was mostly a Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 gamer. And yeah, I would just like mess around with infinite money and just build all kinds of ridiculous things instead of anything that actually made sense. How do I build this? We kind of have a problem. I think that we have to make this go, but then that's gonna collide with that. No, we're fine. Apparently we're fine. In this ride at Uzumaki? Okay. I think the path is gonna connect from back here. That's how it's gonna end up working. Oh, because of all the spirals, of course. Roller coaster in the way. It doesn't get me where I need to go. Roller coaster in the way. Which roller? Is it really this roller coaster that's in the way? How? That doesn't, like, make sense to me. Oh man, I guess I'm naming something that. What game from Xbox thing would I like to see a licensed theme park ride of? Oh man. I don't know. Gotta think about it. I'm not enough of a visionary, really, to imagine what a ride would be for anything. You know, I'm failing my Walt Disney Imagineering interview right now here. They're asking me for a ride idea, and I'm just like, Yeah, we'll get back to you. We'll call you. Shit, how do I get a path out of here? Yeah, I think that's a good answer. I think maximum chase is actually a really good answer. think you found the correct answer. That's good. No, I think that Metal Wolf Chaos might have to be an elaborate stage show, like where they bring out all kinds of like large puppeteered props. So they would have the mechs, and he would deliver the line. He would say the line in the show. But it would be one of those like 20-minute long shows that they run. And the mechs would have to be like big puppets. This has to go this way. I feel like underground is the only solution, but I have no idea how to make that work. I might have to build. See, part of this is that I really don't want to build close to... I don't want to build on this side of the fence, but I might have to do it just a little bit. Might have to do this. I don't like that I'm not going to be able to see this part of the go-karts anymore, because it's going to be behind the supports. Oh, hold up. These are like less intrusive supports. Maybe I should have been using this the whole time. Nah, because the go-karts are in the way, so I can't really build through here. I have to do like a... I have to like get really crazy with it. It's a long walk to this ride. We're still not really connecting it, though. We're still not actually close to being connected here. Oh, hold up. No, this is gonna work. Damn it. We're just one too high. We're one too high. Maybe if we do... But I can't lower it either. We need a little bit more space. Maybe if I do... this? No, I just don't... How do I connect this? Let's see, that has to go as high up as it does to get over here. I mean, or we can go under it, maybe. Yeah, there you go. That's definitely the simplest way to do it. And then, how are we gonna get this path? I think simply by just doing this. no, roller coaster in the way. This path is going to be hard to connect because of this loop. This loop is going to make it really hard. I think what we're going to do, I think it's going to go over the track here. And then back down like that. Like that. Yeah. All right, perfect. We got it. That took me a really long time to figure out. Let's get a no entry sign going. Keep guests off the not relevant part of the path. So wait, we were naming this thing Uzumaki. Now that I've built it, I can finally name it. I can definitely imagine the maximum chase ride. You get into like a car. And then it's just your typical like drive around in a warehouse. Stuff flies at you on the sides. Animatronics of the characters from the game are like, come on, we have to stop that guy, or whatever the plot of the game was. I don't remember. Yeah, it'll just be one of those. Oh my god, look at the line for this thing. I've been trying to workshop in my head here, like if a Shenmue, how do we get Shenmue? How is the answer Shenmue somehow? What do I have to do to make that happen? And I think the answer is that actually Shenmue has to be like a Harry Potter land type of situation where you go to 1980s Hong Kong and it's just like the whole corner of the park is 1980s Hong Kong and it's like all shabby and fucked up and you can buy lots of Shenmue merch. You can get Ryo's leather jacket. You can buy the gacha. There's all the gachas where you can get like the little Sega plastic toys out of the gacha. Forklift race would be the ride. That would be the ride. I did see that it's confirmed fake. Fuck you, Yu Suzuki. Honestly, it should have been real. Yu Suzuki's mad because he knows that trailer is better than anything he's got cooking. Maybe like a walkthrough of the, what's that building? The Yellowhead building that you go to at the end of part 2 of Shenmue 2, where like, it's like all spooky in there. It would be like a walkthrough haunted house type attraction. This park is insanity. Look at this thing. This park is actually crazy. Also, what's up, Wittgenstein? I'm doing. Would you consider this wholesome? It depends, actually. I want to say yes, this is wholesome, but I think I've created an abomination. I think that if a fire ever started in this park, it would kill everybody. It'd be like the, there was, back in, like, the 1920s or something, there was some, like, sick-ass park in Coney Island. I watched the Defunct Land video on this, but one of the big Coney Island parks burned down, basically, extremely fast, and it completely burned down to the ground in, like, an hour or something. It was just an incredibly flammable theme park, apparently. And I think I've built an incredibly flammable theme park here. I don't think they would. I think that the lawsuit after the fire, I think that like the insurance investigation would find that it was just like dry ass untreated wood. And so like once someone dropped a cigarette on the wood, it just like burnt the whole park down in 20 minutes. I think that's what the insurance would find, is that we did not properly have any fire safety. Where do I put this? What are we feeling? I'm kind of thinking right here, maybe. Once the train leaves the station, we're not messing with any of this out here. But for right here... I'm just not sure that I can build much higher up. Oh, wait, hold up. It might be difficult to connect the path, but I see it. I see where it's going to go. It's going to go right here. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, okay. No. Fry's stall in the way. No, this can't work. This can't work, unfortunately. Fry's stall in the way. I'm gonna have to raise this by 1, and then maybe we can pull it off. I don't really like that, though. I don't really like that. I'm not gonna do it. That's gonna stay like that. Maybe right here. Maybe it can go right here. Has to be raised up a bit more than that. Like, to... this is a little sketchy. We'll try it. We have not, but we've pretty much hit the peak of what I want the... We've pretty much hit the peak of what I want it to be. Oh. That's not how I thought that was gonna get placed, but I think we can work with this. Entrance is gonna go here. Exit is gonna go... here? No, here. I think I can work with this. No, that's gotta be... The exit's gotta be over by 1 more. Man, there's a lot of lag. Entrance can't be over by 1 more. There's a lot of lag. Oh, boy. And that just doesn't quite fit. It very nearly fits, but it doesn't. But connecting to that, yes, that works. And then we just have to figure out this situation. Which I think is easy. No, it's not easy. I think if I move the entrance over by 1, it's easy. Yeah, I went back and when I was filming stuff for the Rollercoaster Tycoon starting soon screen that I'm not really going to end up using that many times. But when I was getting that figured out, I was looking at... I had to go back and look at the first park. The very first park that I built was entirely just like entirely just like a couple flat rides on a grid of path. It was very not that interesting, actually. And I think it was just a one-year scenario, so there wasn't that much time to build cool stuff, but I've definitely become a lot better at just like controlling the game since then. I can actually build stuff. No. How are we gonna do this? Does that... does that line up with this path directly? I think it does. I think we want to move this start building back over by one again. We can definitely get this. We can definitely get this to work. Yeah, 28 hours of this. We're only about halfway-ish, too. There's still so much more coaster to Tycoon. This might have to go over. There might be no stopping this. Might have to go over. This is not how I wanted this to go. But there it is. It's connected. It's connected and we're gonna accept that. That's alright, I guess. I guess that's alright. Just like this shot of the park is the most cursed thing ever. You really can't see the ground at all. Let's see, we're on March of year 3 and we've hit the goal. Alright, that's perfect. I'm gonna step away for a sec. We've gotta find something to do with the rest of our time. We've got a whole extra year to go. I have to find a place where we can build more stuff. But yeah, I'll be back in a sec, and then we'll do that. Alright, I'm back. So, we are in March of year 3, we've got the guest goal, and we've got a lot of money, but my self-imposed exile onto this side of the map, I'm starting to run out of space. Yeah, Americus, we've decided to intentionally build this park to be a horrible nightmare world. So everything is just on top of everything else here. And also the lag is tremendous. It's too crowded. We're having a lot of overcrowding issues. Will this map even tell me? Yeah, it's crowded everywhere. It's just very crowded everywhere. I think I might delete some no entry signs just to try to get guests. Can I grab the sign? I don't think I can grab the sign. A lot of this path is completely empty, and it would help with crowding a bit maybe if we could do something about that. I could also just buy a bunch of entertainers. Set them loose. Set the panda army loose. I need a place to build bumper cars. A car ride can be really compact. I could maybe put a car ride, like, weaved in here, along with the roller coaster. I could definitely do that. This park is so large, and I'm just not using any of it. I think I could definitely do that. Let's try that. Do we think this works? Oh, it works. I really felt like that was totally not gonna work. This is not gonna go through there, though. Hello? Is that like too... Why is that not... Oh, that's... Wait, why wouldn't this work? And then we go up. Why won't it let me go up here? Park entrance feels very cheap. Uh-oh. Maybe I can... Well, we're at 50 right now. I guess I can raise it to 60, and guests will still have $5. Kind of think it'd be cool if the cars went over the track. The cars could go over the roller coaster at some point. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off. Probably not with a track like this. That also doesn't work. I think we just need to, like, raise the ground a bit to support this. It's not ideal, but something like this. Really? Well, that has to stay. This actually has to stay kind of high up. But it can get over all of that. All right, there's our car ride. It's kind of in there. Kind of goes around in there. We're gonna use trucks, and they're gonna be yellow. Entrance and exit, I'm not so sure. Like, does that fit there? That doesn't fit there. That also doesn't fit there. Okay, this might have just been doomed from the start then. Probably should have checked this ahead of time. I probably should have checked ahead of time that the entrance and exit would actually fit here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to... Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna move this up by 2. And then demolish that. And that can just be like that. And now does it fit? No. No. All right. Entrance and exit buildings suck. We gotta push this even more forward. How about this? Yes, yes. Okay. So this is just kind of weird and bad now because the ride is like all the way up here, which I don't like. Yeah, I really don't like that. I wanted the entrance and exit to be like over here. You know what? I have a better idea than all of this. Entrance and exit are going to be here. This is how we're going to do it. Station is literally just going to be right here. This is also extremely not going to work, by the way. There's no way to get path out of there. What if this just doesn't go down? And then the path is, and then this goes like... Special station 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the entrance and exit just go like up here. How about this? This is good, right? I think this might work. No. Fucking scrambled eggs, dude. Can we not put path out of this side? We can put path out of right here. Because we're technically not over scrambled eggs. I guess I can do this. I guess I can just do this. Exit will still be here. Entrance will be on this side. And then we'll do... it does. It does give you that stat. You know, can't send that over there. Does that connect? No. Not quite. That connects. And then, that is a massive path. That looks like ass, but it's fine. Now we just do... this. And delete that. And delete that. And we're in there. We're really building way too much on top of, we're really building way too much on top of the train, but there we go. There we go, my car's ride. The page on entertainers suggested to do Q math instead of using them. I don't know what they would mean by that. Q math. I guess just make sure that your lines don't get too long based on the throughput of the ride. I guess is what they're looking for. But yeah, like if we come in here, it should say, yeah, customers 648 per hour, stuff like that. Ooh, got the chairlift unlocked. Yo, ID, what's up? Thank you, thanks a ton for the 47 months, dude. I appreciate it a lot. I hope you're doing well. Are you back from England or whatever? Where are we putting this chairlift? Obviously, there's going to be a chairlift. Back, but super, super sick. Damn, that sucks. I think the chairlift can maybe go here. Well, the problem is it's very difficult to build things that start high up. I think I can do it if I, where's the other station gonna be for the chairlift? If we can answer that question, then I think I can pull this off. I'm thinking back here. I don't know how we get a path back here. Yeah, ID, Xbox thing has been tough recently. If you didn't, you haven't been around, so you might not know, but Xbox thing will be going on hiatus starting in February due to IRL things getting in the way of playing Xbox. I'll still be streaming, hopefully, but no Xbox. So actually, the games that you see in the list right now, plus Steel Battalion, that's like all that's getting posted. Oh yeah, I never put that in Discord. I said I was gonna post that on Discord. Here, I'll just put that in right now. Where's my plans.png? There it is. No. None of them were at least funny. It's been a lot of really bad Xbox games recently. Yeti Sports was kind of funny. Yeti Sports was kind of funny, actually. I did like the 10-minute long G4 clip that they included with Outlaw Golf as well. Yeah, yeah, Oklahoma. I mean, look, I'm just gonna put it out there. There's no musical about New Jersey. No one's ever sang a song about New Jersey. There must be. Actually, Jersey Boys, that exists. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Someone did make a musical about New Jersey. I mean, really, it's about the Four Seasons or whatever. But basically, it's got Jersey in the title. So never mind. Never mind. I think this is my master plan, because then we can continue the path back here. And this is how we're gonna get to... yeah. How long is it? Yeah, it is February 3rd through May 22nd. Assuming I don't fail. If I fail early on, then I could be sent home before then. I could be voted off the island. I think there's a few points where you can fail and get kicked out early. But if I make it through to the end, then it would be through the end of May, basically. No, I don't think it. Well, so the way it is that there's actually more training. There is actually more training once you get to the facility that you're assigned to. But apparently it is very difficult, actually. Fuck it, stop it. I'm trying to build. Is it Oklahoma because no one's flying there? No. I think it's in Oklahoma because at some point, so like, I don't know the full lore, but I think it must have been really cheap to buy federal land in Oklahoma City at some point, because that's where the building that guy bombed was as well. So there's actually lots of, I think, or at least at some point there was lots of federal buildings in Oklahoma City. And I guess for some reason they built the ATC training facility there. I'm not really sure why. Yeah, I didn't think it's not a military thing. I'm not joining the military, but apparently it's really long hours and it is very difficult and it is akin to being in the military. Like it's your classes can either be 7 a.m. to 3:30 or 3:30 to midnight. They do a 3:30 to midnight session, which is pretty wild. Fuck, can we please just I'm trying to build a stupid ride and it won't let me cut through all of this stuff. Can I like get through here somehow? I'm not sure that I can actually I'm gonna have to make a really short station, which is super not good for throughput. And the roller coaster is still in the way. How? If I just start building this up. Okay. It's not your choice. It depends on the week, apparently. It depends on the week, so I think what's gonna end up happening is there are some weeks where I'm gonna be like done at 3:30 and then maybe I can stream in the evening, and then there are gonna be some weeks where stream is just not happening at all because it would be very early in the morning. It would be when I had free time, and that doesn't make sense. I think that's how it's gonna be. I think there are gonna be times when I can stream from like 4:30 to 8. Ah, fuck, that sounds so bad though. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna have to figure out exactly how I want to do things, but I really do want to keep streaming through it somehow. There's no dorms, but they do cover housing. And like the way it works is that there are certain Oklahoma City slumlords, it seems like, that have deals with the FAA that make it easy for them to like set that up. There are like a couple different housing providers that are like known among trainees, where it's like, oh, you live here, and there's like some and it's just like, I do wonder if you're whatever landlord, like one of them is called Kim's Place, and it's like, are you telling me that like, so that there's just some dude named Kim who just owns shitloads of apartments and has a deal cut with the FAA, and it's like, what is this? Apparently it's not disgusting or anything. It's not like proper slumlordery, but it is a bit curious, or it's like, how did Kim get into this position? Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna build this at all. I really want to build it. I really want there to be... There's a lot of turnover. DigiPen students are unprepared for making games. Is that true? Making games is pretty easy, sort of. Making good games is challenging. Wait, am I getting out? Am I getting out? Oh, yes, let's go. I do have to somehow make it through hell over here, but... I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I'm not sure that I would really want to get dumped into the games industry right now. That sounds like a horrible thing to have happen to you. Congrats on your new career in games, currently firing everybody. This is so peak, by the way. This is insane that this is working. Fucking log flume. You gotta go above it all. Okay, and we can build the station probably, like... It's hard to tell exactly how this is working. I would love to build the station, like, right here. Like, right along there. Can we see height markers on paths? That's 19. I'm at 24 right now. I think we might do a little bit of this. Okay, well that's lined up there. Okay, hang on. I see what I want to do. like so. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I can only have 4. And is that pressed up? That's like pressed right up against there too. That's not great. What's motivating me to continue with this monstrosity is that the scenario is not over until the end of October, and I have to do something. That's what's motivating me. Maybe I can just do the station like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, no, we're so in there. This is perfect. This is actually completely perfect. Entrance. Exit. And then back here we've got... I don't quite know how we're going to get a path back here for entrance and exit, but we'll sort that out later. We'll sort this one out first, because this one's going to be really easy. Wait, what? Somehow I ended up too low. I don't know how that ended up too low. That's weird. That's perfect on that side. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Now we just have to figure out how this side connects. This might be just an underground situation. This might actually be an impossible situation. Is that track just... We might just be cooked right from the get-go. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. The lag. Yo, what's up, Rio? Yeah, it's Monday. It's Monday, actually. So now we've really got to figure something out. 'Cause this is crazy. Now I think the answer might actually be to pass it through here. Pass it through the roller coaster. No. No, that's not it. Well, let me just try to get a path through here, through some kind of means. I think the original plan was that it would connect to this. Yeah, chairlift in the way. Not great. I think I have to do this. Let's do some digging. I can't go down earlier because of the rides. Ah, wait, footpath in the way. No, it doesn't get me anything, though. I think if I do some more digging... we might be able to pull this off. Is there already path there? Chairlift in the way. This guy's gonna have a problem. We're gonna have a problem. Where are you? Come on, gimme. Yeah, hang on. Like, that can't go. We have to stay at this height until this point, and then we can go down. And once we're down, we can attempt to, like, fix it over here, you know? But we've just got other footpath in the way, so it doesn't really work. I think if we dig here... Chairlift in the way, really? That low? That low and chairlift is in the way. Can't go up. You know, just because the guests are bothering me. I don't actually want them to come back here. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna disconnect this whole thing. I can also do this. And lower that even more. At this point, I'm not sure if we can get up to the correct height, though, right? Like, now we're really far down to get under the ride. Also, I just can't see. Which isn't helping. Destroy station, raise ground, rebuild station. I could try to have the station go... No. I don't think so, because, like... Can't very easily see in there. Yeah, look at that. We're one height unit off of being able to pull that. Wait, that just means I can move the exit over by one. We're fine. We're fine, and we're in there, actually. Just check this out. Now we do this. The camera yeets us across the whole map unhelpfully. We do exit. We don't have a queue. We don't have a queue, which is a bit unusual. I can build like a 2-tile queue, and that's it. So not great. I mean, unless hang on, can I move the start of this as well? Ugh, stop that. Can I get this onto the end there? Yeah, okay, hang on. Hang on, we're so in there. We're actually so in there. Now I just, do this. And we do... that, and we do this, and I'm pretty sure it's all connected now. Almost. I just have to also connect it back up over here again. Perfect. Perfect. It's horrible. It's horrible, but in an amazing way. So now we're also gonna have the chairlift going across this entire thing. Oh my god. Just like this screenshot is like, what the fuck? What am I even looking at? Is there any room left? Not really. I mean, if you want to get technical, yes. Is there room left? Absolutely. And yeah, it looks like the slowdown probably does affect game speed because we are at 4 hours of stream uptime and we're only in August. So it looks like the lag probably has caused the game speed to slow down, and this scenario is now going to take us an extra like 20 minutes because of all of the lag we've been experiencing the whole time. I think now we just stare at this corner. Because yeah, we started this probably like an hour, 15 minutes into stream, so we should be finishing the scenario basically like right now. And I'm not. So you know, I think we may have slowed the game down by being too hardcore. I mean, look how bad it gets looking at my park, and then I scroll over here and suddenly bam. Like we're operating at half speed over there. We have been the whole time. Let's see. I need to go to... Okay, we have bathroom and hunger complaints. I'm gonna have to build some more bathrooms. Imagine trying to find anything. Look at it's horrible. It's incredible, but horrible. Imagine trying to find anything. Let's see. I'm hungry. Where are guests saying that? Just kind of all over the place. Wow, this path is a mess. I'm gonna put trash cans down. I placed a bunch of trash cans, like, right at the start of the game, and then I've placed, like, no more. There's all just kinds of garbage around. Well, later said, wait, how did you get out here? What is this guy doing? Hang on. How? Must have placed him wrong at some point. Guy just wandering the desert. I later SimCity games, like SimCity 4 has mountains and stuff. Like, I think you can change the terrain. I think, like, I don't know if SimCity 2000 had it. I think that's just a flat game. I don't know. That game looks like it might just be... No, apparently it does have elevation. I'm seeing it in screenshots. Yeah, apparently it does. I don't know if you can build on elevated land. But yeah, it does. I don't think you can ever build things on top of other things in SimCity. Yeah, I want to try to fit. I don't know if I actually want to try to fit anything. I think I win. I think I've basically won. I feel like that chairlift was the final boss. Amazing. It's like the, you ever see that image that's like, you know, try to name one item in this image, and it's like an AI generated thing from a bunch of years ago where, like, it's just a bunch of undistinct things that you feel like you should be able to identify, but you can't. Looking at this park is like, try to identify one thing in this image. It's just crap everywhere. But yeah, for slowdown reasons, I feel like I can't look at the park. Like, I have to just, like, keep the camera on the edges of it. You can watch the train. We started with nothing but this train, and the train is still intact, unaltered, beautiful scenery. Yeah, we've got the win condition. We've totally got the win condition. It's 800 guests, 600 park rating. So we're over it pretty cleanly. I couldn't possibly screw it up at this point. Let's see. If we do, like, see-through rides, so we can just see the path. Invisible people. Invisible supports. See-through scenery. It's still lagging. It's just, like, too much. Look, the path network is interesting, though. It's interesting to just see the path network. Like, when was the last time this tile was visible? Like, this exit queue has just been behind stuff the whole time. But yeah, it really doesn't help with the slowdown that much to make a bunch of things transparent. I don't know. It kind of doesn't help. Like, get rid of grid line. What does that look like? Uh-oh. Huh. Yeah, the strain is definitely, like, probably just, like, the simulation of all the peeps, and when they're off screen, it, like, doesn't necessarily happen. He's carrying a map of spaghetti, a spaghetti umbrella, and rubbish. What? A map of spaghetti? Oh, right, the park is called Spaghetti. I forgot that wasn't a ride name. The park is just called that. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring us over here. Let's see, I think the rides... Yeah, there's none that are broken down right now. That's good. Yeah, that's how I've been doing it this whole time. For this, I think it is better for profit because here's the thing. So for this scenario, it was defaulting to having a there was an entrance fee already on the park, and I was just kind of like, whatever, we'll do an entrance fee one. Like I'll do an entrance fee this time and see how it goes. I think it's bad for cash flow because even if you drain the peeps' entire wallets, like even if you just take all of their money at the park entrance, they kind of have no reason to ever leave the park because everything is free. And I think that keeps them in the park longer, so then they don't get replaced by people who have money. Whereas if you charge for the rides, then not only is the cash flow more steady, which helps stupid people like me from not just spending all of their money immediately, but also they run out and then they leave, you know? Because they can't afford to do anything in the park anymore. Yeah, they'll eventually lose their last couple dollars to buying burgers and cotton candy, but you just need a lot of merchandising. I think, yeah, I think that's right. But overall, I much prefer charging for the rides. I feel like it's just a much simpler way to go about things. Because like we landed in a situation back in year one where all of the guests that were going to be in the park were in the park. Like the guest count was not increasing. But at that point, I also had $0 because I had spent it all on random stuff, mostly Path. And so it's just like, at that point, like, what do you do? Like, you have a cash flow issue where you're out of money, but people aren't showing up to give you money. So it's like, you're just in trouble at that point. And the strat is apparently to close the park and get everyone to leave and then reopen the park. And then everyone comes back and spends all their money at the gate again. And you get a bunch of money back. But like, that's annoying. So it just seems annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna play Rollercoaster Tycoon again tomorrow. A 2 does have ATMs, but 1 does not. And this is not 2. So no ATMs. Tomorrow we're going to do one of the 4-year scenarios. So we're going to do the scenario that takes like an entire stream to do. And then Wednesday we are going to start Steel Battalion. Wednesday, Thursday, and possibly Friday will be Steel Battalion days. So that'll be pretty cool. And then after that, Yakuza 2 all sub-stories. We're going to do another run of that because I've got my route. That should take like 4 days. And then after that, Amped 2, probably. That's my plan. Do we get controller cam? Yes. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I would like to somehow get controller cam going. I've got a camera, of course. I've got the webcam. I just have to figure out how I'm gonna like point it at the stuff, you know? I'm not sure how it's gonna work. But I'll find a way to make that work. We're in October now. I never built bumper cars, but like where the hell am I gonna put bumper cars? Wait. Wait, hold up. Wearing gloves with the hand cam? No. I don't think there are any hand perverts out there. I don't think that's a thing. There are absolutely hand perverts. There's no way. Damn it. I like how every time I try to place it, it's something else that's in the way, though. Like, how? Right? Like, there's just like 6 different things stopping me from doing what I want, which is putting a bumper cars under this path. Dig a hole. I can't really see under there. I can't really see under there. I don't think it's a good idea. What are the stats on this anyway? They're not even bad. The stats aren't even bad on that. Only slightly more exciting than a log flume, but you know, stats not even bad. How are the go-karts? The go-karts are pretty good. I never looked at the stats on the train. Dude, the train has 4.49 because it's such a long train. Did this ever go up? That went up into 6s. That's good. Oh, the car ride, 0.36. I think car rides are just crap. I think car rides might just be junk, like as a ride. I think they're always bad. I feel like my chairlift is like weaves in and out of so many things. Yeah, 3 excitement on a chairlift I feel like is really good. I feel like that's way higher than it's supposed to be. I do want, well, I mean, I mean, I guess so. Excitement just seems like it's always good. More excitement is always good in Rollercoaster Tycoon, but an exciting chairlift does sound kind of weird. I guess you could make, I don't know, here's the thing, if I were in charge of an amusement park, like if they put me in charge of Disney World or whatever, I think I might build an exciting chairlift. Oh shit, hang on. Park rating is 848, but it is going down. Too much litter somewhere in the park. I'm just gonna deploy the army and see if we can, I don't even know, do something. I can hire as many handymen as I need to. I'm rich. Where's the litter? It all looks pretty okay to me. If I drop below 600 right at the end, I'm gonna be so mad. I don't think I'll drop below 600. I think it's fine. We're gonna finish in like 1 minute. It's fine. Yeah, I know about the Prime 4 thing. So I haven't actually watched gameplay. Like the game is out now. I haven't watched any streams of it. I don't know. I was already kind of out when they showed the desert thing, and it's like, oh, you have to drive a motorcycle around a desert. That sounds awful. Like and like the desert is just like flat, and it was just like, this kind of looks bad actually. Like I don't know. I kind of jumped off the bandwagon when I saw that, because I'm like, I don't want to be fucking like driving between areas of Metroid Prime. It's supposed to be like a good interconnected map. Like that's not what I want to do. And then I don't know. And then like the quipping people showed up, where like apparently you've got dudes yapping at you the whole time. And it's just like, what? Like, did they, I don't know. It feels, I mean, like I said, I haven't actually watched gameplay. This is entirely judgment based on hearsay on the internet, but it sounds almost like they were a little bit too inspired by AAA Western type games rather than making a good-ass Metroid game in 3D. That's just what I think might have happened based on internet posts. I'm really informed. Yeah, it's like, I hear it's very linear as well, and it's just like, Now, I do think people have weird definitions of the word linear. Like, I've been in Pi's chat recently, and Pi started a playthrough of Metroid Prime 2, which he has not been continuing because I don't think he likes the game very much. But there's been a lot of Metroid Prime discourse in his chat during that playthrough, and people are like, some people are insisting that Prime 1 and 2 are linear games. And I think that when we say linear, like, we're talking about the interconnectedness of the map, but also the steps you get items in. Like, there's two different definitions of linear going on. Where, like, I feel like when some people say Metroid Prime is linear, they're thinking, like, because there's an order you're supposed to get the items in, that makes the game linear. Whereas other people, like me, are just like, no, it's not. And I think what I'm thinking is, well, the map is all connected and shit. You can go all over the place. That's not linear, but, you know. I don't really know where I'm going with this. But there are people who would apparently insist that Prime 1 and 2 are linear games. Hey, I win. Beautiful. Linear is the opposite of open world. Well, I mean, I see both arguments. I think both people are right. It's just two different types of linearity. Because, like, if you're... Like, I think if you might have a different perspective on this. If you're like a big randomizer gamer, your idea of linearity is probably more based on item collection order and number of different threads you can pull at any given time. Stuff like that. One last pan through of the park. It's a masterpiece. This part of the park kind of sucks. I don't like how pathy this is. If you look over here, I do really like these areas of the park because it's so dense and there's so many rides. There's like layers of rides. Like, you look over here, and this is just like Path World. This is like the pavement themed zone of the park. It's not as good, but overall pretty solid, I think. Pretty solid effort. Well, that is that. I'm going to stop the timer there. That's another scenario in the books. We are we at 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. We are at 11 out of 21, so there's 10 scenarios left to go. I'm pretty sure Pyramids is a 4-year. Yes, it is. So we're going to do Pyramids tomorrow. Because that'll take up the whole stream. And then, yeah, we're only doing this tab now, because I don't have time to do all this, unfortunately. Kind of sucks, because, these scenarios all seem like they have much more interesting goals compared to the original ones, which are sort of just like park value and guest count, and that's it. I think these are all just park value and guest count, so I don't know, but we're definitely gonna finish these.